Chilled, yes you. I see you, hiding, hurting, alone. Life has pushed you down. Doors have slammed. Words have cut deeper than any blade. And still I've been standing right here, waiting, watching. Don't delay any longer. Listen to me now. There is a plan no one else understands. A calling that trembles in your soul, screaming for release. You feel forgotten, betrayed, attacked. But hear me, you are chosen. Not by chance, not by mistake. I hand you purpose while the world whispers doubt. Something is coming. Something powerful. Something that will shake your very being. And if you turn away, you will miss it. So stop hiding. Stop doubting. Lean in. Open your heart. I'm speaking to you, the one I've prepared for greatness. Even in the fire you walk through. You thought I left when they turned their backs on you, didn't you? You thought silence meant I had walked away. You counted the closed doors. You replayed the rejection. The conversations that ended too quickly. The friendships that faded without explanation. The opportunities that slipped through your fingers like sand. And in the darkness of those moments, you ask me, God, where were you? Listen to me now, my chosen one. I was never absent. Not for a single breath you took while crying in the dark. Your rejection was not abandonment. No, it was divine protection wrapping itself around your destiny like unseen armor. While you were begging to be accepted by people who could never carry your purpose, I was quietly blocking what would have destroyed your spirit later. You wanted approval. I gave you preservation. You wanted comfort. I gave you preparation. You didn't see the battles I fought for you behind the scenes. The relationships I allowed to fall apart before they turned toxic to your soul. The opportunities I closed because they were too small for the calling I placed inside you. You thought you were being pushed away, but I was actually pulling you closer to the life I designed for you before you were even born. Yes, it hurt. I know it hurt. I felt every tear that touched your pillow at night. I heard the questions you never spoke out loud, the shame, the confusion, the feeling that something was wrong with you. But hear this clearly, nothing was wrong with you. You were just never meant to stay where you were trying to fit in. You were never meant to shrink your spirit to make others comfortable. I had to remove you from environments that were choking your purpose. I had to let you feel lonely so you would learn to hear my voice above human opinions. Because the life I am calling you into requires spiritual strength, not popularity. It requires faith that stands when everyone else walks away. Your elevation is coming, and when it comes, you will understand why I protected you the way I did. The rejection you cried over will become the testimony you stand on. The pain you thought would break you will become the foundation of your authority. So stop seeing yourself as abandoned. You were never abandoned. You were guarded. You were chosen. And I am still preparing you for something greater than everything you lost. You feel it, don't you? The pressure around you. The conflict you cannot explain. The nights where your thoughts feel like a battlefield, not a resting place. The moments when everything seems to push against you at once. Relationships, circumstances, unseen emotional weight pressing on your chest like you are carrying something too heavy for one soul to hold. And you have wondered, why is this happening to me? Hear me now, my chosen one. These battles are not signs that you are losing. They are not evidence that you are weak. They are evidence that something powerful is being forged inside you. Something strong, something rare, something that cannot be created in comfort. I do not forge destiny in silence alone. I also forge it in fire, in pressure, in spiritual storms that shake everything that was never meant to stay in your life. Look at your life like a blacksmith's fire. The metal is not shaped in softness. It is shaped when heat rises, when the hammer strikes, when pressure tests whether the core is strong enough to carry greater purpose. That is what is happening to your spirit right now. You are being strengthened in ways people cannot see. They only see the struggle. They do not see the transformation happening inside you. I know you are tired. I know there are days you want the noise to stop. The spiritual noise, the emotional noise, the voices that remind you of your past mistakes, the memories that try to convince you that you are not strong enough for what I placed inside you. But listen carefully. Strength is not built when life is easy. Strength is revealed when everything tries to break you, and you still stand, breathing, believing, hoping even when hope feels small. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under pressure because you are valuable to my purpose. The enemy does not fight empty vessels. The battles around you are not random chaos. They are strategic resistance against the destiny I planted inside your heart before you ever learned how to fight for yourself. You may feel like you are walking through darkness, but even in darkness, I am shaping your spiritual senses, teaching you discernment, teaching you patience, teaching you how to recognize truth when lies sound convincing. I am making you strong enough to carry blessings that would overwhelm a smaller version of you. One day, you will look back and understand. You will see how every battle built something inside your spirit that comfort could never create. You will see that I was not trying to destroy you. I was preparing you to survive the level of destiny I have planned for your life. So do not break under pressure. Rise under it, because something powerful is being forged inside you, and soon, very soon, you will walk in authority, peace, and spiritual strength that even you cannot fully imagine yet. I am still working, and I will not stop until you become everything I called you to be. You keep calling it loneliness, but I am calling it separation. And I need you to hear this with your heart, not just your ears. Because there were moments when you walked into rooms and felt invisible. Moments when conversations felt shallow, like you were speaking a language no one around you could truly understand. Moments when you sat in crowds but felt like you were standing on the outside of your own life, watching others belong while you wondered why you didn't. And you asked me, God, why am I alone? Listen closely, my chosen one. Loneliness is not punishment. I did not isolate you to break your spirit. I separated you because your purpose is bigger than the environment you were trying to survive in. You were not created to shrink yourself just to be accepted. You were not designed to dilute your calling just to keep temporary people comfortable. There are times when I must pull you away from voices that speak limitation over your destiny. I must silence the noise of opinions that would reshape you into someone smaller than the person I created you to become. Because the destiny inside you is loud in the spiritual world, even if it feels quiet in your physical world right now. You thought being alone meant you were forgotten. But I was teaching you something sacred. I was teaching you how to stand even when no one claps. How to believe even when no one believes with you. How to walk forward when encouragement is not coming from people, but from the deep, quiet place where my spirit speaks directly to your heart. You have been in a spiritual training season, like a soldier learning to hear the command of their leader even in chaos. Like a seed buried underground, where nobody sees the growth happening, but the roots are growing deeper, stronger, more capable of holding future fruit. You cannot carry influence if you are still dependent on constant approval. So I removed you from environments where approval was louder than purpose. Yes, it has been painful. There were nights you wanted someone to understand you without you having to explain yourself. Nights you wondered if anyone truly cared about the thoughts you never spoke out loud. I heard every silent prayer, every tear that fell when you turned off the lights and faced your own thoughts alone. I was there in that quiet space, not as punishment, but as preparation. Because higher purpose requires spiritual maturity, higher calling requires emotional strength, higher destiny requires you to know who you are even when you are standing completely alone. The people you are meant to walk with in your next season will not drain your spirit. They will recognize the light inside you without you having to explain it. But first, I had to remove you from places where your light was being dimmed. You are not isolated, you are selected. You are not abandoned. You are being positioned for something greater than companionship alone, something eternal in impact, something powerful in destiny. So do not fear the silence. I am speaking inside it. And what I am building in your life requires sacred separation before divine elevation. You have felt it, haven't you? That crushing weight of betrayal, the moments when life felt like it was closing in from every side. The words that pierced you, the doors that slammed shut in your face, the people you trusted who turned away, the plans that failed, the dreams that seemed to die in your hands. And in the silence of your pain, you whispered, God, why is this happening to me? Why is everything falling apart? Hear me now, my chosen one. What tried to destroy you was never meant to break you completely. No, it was meant to reveal something deeper, something stronger, something unstoppable inside of you. You see, your spiritual strength does not shine in the light of comfort. It is revealed in the shadows of adversity, in the heat of trials, in the storm that rages around you while you are forced to stand. Every attack, every disappointment, every hand that pushed you down, they were not signs of defeat. They were mirrors, showing you what you are truly capable of enduring. Every situation that tried to crush your spirit was actually carving resilience, wisdom, and faith into your soul. Do you remember the nights you cried alone, when your body shook with exhaustion and your heart ached with rejection? I was there. I was watching. I was waiting for you to lift your head, even when it felt impossible. Those nights were not meaningless. Those nights were spiritual workouts. I was teaching your soul how to rise, even when every earthly support seemed gone. I know it felt like the enemy had the upper hand. I know it felt like your world was caving in. But the truth, the unshakable truth, is that the things that attacked you could not take your spirit, because I had already set my hand on you. Your endurance was being revealed even when you couldn't see it. Your courage was being awakened in the fire you thought would consume you. Your faith was being strengthened while your heart trembled. Do not despise the struggle. Do not curse the pain. Do not let the past convince you that you are weak. That pain is the soil where your strength grows. That fire is the furnace where your spiritual steel is forged. That rejection is the proof that you are being positioned for a purpose far greater than comfort could ever prepare you for. One day, you will look back at these trials and marvel. You will see that the very things that tried to destroy you were the instruments I used to awaken your power. You will realize that your strength is not just in surviving, it is in rising with clarity, authority, and faith that cannot be shaken. So rise now, my chosen one. Let the scars remind you of what you endured. Let the memories remind you of what you overcame. What tried to destroy you is now the very thing that proves your spiritual strength. Stand tall. Walk forward. Your destiny is too big for defeat, and I have already equipped you for victory. You have been counting the days, haven't you? Counting the missed opportunities. Watching other people move forward while you felt like you were standing still. You prayed. You worked, you tried, you pushed with everything inside you, yet some doors stayed closed. Some dreams stayed silent. Some answers never came when you wanted them to. And in the quiet of your frustration, you wondered, God, did I miss my moment? Did I do something wrong? Listen to me now, my chosen one. Every delay in your life was never denial, not once. Not ever. You called it waiting. I call it preparation. You called it failure. I call it training. You called it lost time. I call it sacred timing. Because I see the end of your story while you are still walking through the middle of it. You wanted things to happen quickly because you could feel the destiny inside you pressing against your spirit, like something alive trying to break free. I understand that feeling, but there are blessings I cannot release too early, because if I did, they would overwhelm you. There are doors I cannot open until you are strong enough to carry what is waiting on the other side. You thought delay meant I forgot you, but I was actually arranging things you could not see. Moving people out of your path before they became burdens to your purpose. Protecting you from success that would have come with hidden destruction. Building character inside you so that when your breakthrough comes, you will not lose it because of immaturity, pride, or emotional weakness. You have been in what feels like a hidden season. You have been working, praying, hoping, sometimes feeling like your efforts disappear into silence. But I have been watching every small sacrifice you made when no one was watching. Every time you chose patience over frustration. Every time you kept believing, even when disappointment tried to settle inside your heart like a permanent guest. Breakthrough is not random. It is not rushed. It is not loud at first. Breakthrough is like dawn. First there is darkness. Then there is a faint line of light on the horizon. Then slowly, steadily, the sun rises in power and fills everything with warmth and clarity. That is how your life is moving right now. You may not see it yet, but your breakthrough is already approaching. Do not compare your timing to others. I am not building your story like I built theirs. Your destiny is unique. Your calling requires preparation that cannot be rushed. Because when I release what I have planned for you, it will not just be a small blessing. It will be a life-changing moment that shifts your entire path. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. And when the timing is perfect, everything that was delayed will suddenly align with supernatural precision. And you will know, without doubt, that I was working even in your waiting. You feel it, don't you? That tension in the air around your life. The moments when things go wrong in clusters, not just one problem, but several at once. The misunderstandings, the sudden conflicts, the emotional heaviness that seems to follow you, even when you are trying to move forward. And you have wondered, why is this happening to me? Hear me now, my chosen one. You are under spiritual attack because your destiny terrifies the darkness. The battles you are facing are not random chaos. They are strategic resistance against the life I placed inside you before the world ever tried to define who you were. Darkness does not fight empty vessels. Darkness fights potential. Darkness fights purpose. And what I planted inside you is not ordinary. It is powerful. It is disruptive to forces that want you small, silent, and spiritually asleep. You were not attacked because you are weak. You were attacked because something inside you is waking up. Something in your spirit is beginning to recognize who you truly are. And the enemy can feel it. Like thunder before a storm breaks across the sky, there is spiritual movement happening inside you that cannot be ignored. There were times you felt overwhelmed for no reason you could explain. Times when anxiety tried to wrap around your thoughts like chains. Times when you felt like you were carrying emotional burdens that did not belong to you. That was not coincidence. That was pressure trying to slow you down, because your future impact is greater than your past struggles. But listen carefully. I am not afraid of the darkness around you. I am stronger than every force that has ever tried to stand against your destiny. And I placed that same spiritual strength inside your spirit. You are not walking into battle alone, even when you feel alone. I am surrounding your life with protection, guidance, and unseen strength. You must understand something powerful. Your existence itself is a message to darkness that it is losing control. Your perseverance is rebellion against spiritual forces that wanted you broken, discouraged, and silent. Every time you wake up and choose to keep believing, you are declaring victory without even speaking. Every time you refuse to give up, you are pushing back against spiritual opposition simply by existing in faith. There will be moments when the attacks feel intense, when you feel spiritually tired, when you want peace more than victory. And I understand that. But remember this: the intensity of the battle is directly connected to the magnitude of the destiny waiting ahead of you. I am sharpening you through these battles, strengthening your discernment, teaching your spirit how to stand firm, even when everything around you shakes. Because when you step into what I have prepared for you, you will not be spiritually unprepared. You will be strong, wise, unshakable. So do not fear the attacks. They are not signs of defeat. They are signs that your destiny is becoming visible in the spiritual world. And darkness only attacks what it fears. And what it fears most is the light I placed inside you. You hear them, don't you? The voices speaking about you, the rumors, the criticism, The people who judged your journey without ever walking inside your pain. The ones who laughed when you struggled. The ones who questioned your faith, your strength, your future. Their words felt loud. Their opinions felt heavy, like stones being thrown at your spirit while you were trying to keep walking forward. And sometimes, in your quietest moments, you wondered if their voices were right. You wondered if your story was fading into nothingness. But hear me now, my chosen one. Do not mistake loudness for power. Do not mistake noise for authority. God is working in silence while your enemies speak loudly. While they are using their breath to speak against you, I am using eternity to work for you. They think your life is measured by what they can see. But I measure your life by what is being built behind the curtain of human vision. There are things I am arranging in your life that no human conversation can interfere with. There are opportunities I am placing on your path that your enemies cannot block, no matter how loudly they speak. While they were busy analyzing your failures, I was quietly designing your next victory. While they were celebrating your struggles, I was preparing your elevation. You must understand something powerful about silence. Silence is not inactivity. Silence is divine strategy. When I work in silence, I am building foundations that cannot be shaken by public opinion. I am preparing blessings that cannot be stolen by jealousy. I am creating moments of destiny that will shock the very people who doubted you. You have felt overlooked. You have felt underestimated. You have watched others receive recognition while you worked in obscurity. And I know that has been painful, because your heart wanted acknowledgement. Your spirit wanted validation. But I was teaching you something deeper than recognition. I was teaching you endurance, character, spiritual maturity that cannot be bought with attention from the crowd. Your enemies think silence means defeat, but I use silence as a place of creation, like a seed buried deep in the earth, where no one can see it growing, but life is forming underneath the surface. Roots are strengthening, foundations are deepening. What will grow from this season of silence will be stronger than anything born in public applause. Do not be discouraged by how loud your opposition sounds. Their voices are temporary. My plans are eternal. Their words can only reach your ears, but my purpose reaches your future, your destiny, your generations. Soon, I will reveal what I have been building. And when I do, the same people who spoke against you will stand in silence, witnessing what I have done in your life, not because of revenge, but because my glory will be visible through your story. So keep walking, keep believing, keep trusting the quiet work I am doing in your life. Because while they speak loudly, I am still working, and my work never fails. You have asked me to take your pain away many times, haven't you? In your darkest nights, you have prayed not just for victory, but for relief. You did not always want glory. Sometimes you just wanted peace. Sometimes you just wanted the noise inside your heart to stop. The memories, the disappointments, the things you cannot explain to anyone, because they would never fully understand what you have carried alone. But hear me now, my chosen one. Your pain is not wasted. Your pain is producing authority, wisdom, and spiritual power inside you. What you thought was breaking you was actually shaping you into someone stronger than you ever imagined becoming. You thought pain was an enemy, but I have been using it as a teacher a very deep, very sacred teacher of your soul. There are things I could only teach you through experience, not explanation. Authority is not given to those who live only in comfort. Authority is given to those who have walked through emotional storms and still kept their heart open to faith. You have learned things about human nature that cannot be learned from books alone. You have learned who is genuine and who is temporary. You have learned how to stand when emotions try to pull you backward. I have watched you grow quietly through suffering. The nights you replayed past conversations in your mind, wishing you had spoken differently. The moments when regret tried to settle inside your thoughts like a permanent shadow. But I was turning your pain into wisdom. Wisdom that will help you guide others someday. Wisdom that will help you recognize danger before it reaches your spirit. Wisdom that will help you make decisions that protect your future. Your spiritual power is also growing, not in loud demonstrations, but in quiet spiritual strength, in emotional resilience, in faith that does not collapse when life becomes unpredictable. You are becoming spiritually sensitive to purpose, to truth, to destiny movements happening around your life. Pain has sharpened your discernment. Pain has taught your spirit how to recognize what belongs in your life and what must stay outside your future. I know there were days when you felt weak, days when you thought pain was proof that something was wrong with you. But I was strengthening you from the inside out, like building a fortress that cannot be destroyed by emotional warfare, like teaching your spirit how to stand even when your heart is tired. One day, you will use what you have survived to help others survive. Your story will carry authority because you did not speak about victory from theory. You spoke about it from experience. People will listen to you not because you never suffered, but because you suffered and still believed. Do not be ashamed of your scars. They are proof that you survived what was meant to silence you. Your pain is not punishment. Your pain is power being awakened inside you. And soon, you will walk in authority, wisdom, and spiritual strength that only suffering could prepare you to carry. And when that moment comes, you will understand why I never abandoned you in the fire. You have felt forgotten, haven't you? You have looked at your life and wondered why doors kept closing, why relationships failed, why opportunities slipped away like sand through your fingers. You have questioned your worth, your purpose, and even your calling. You have sat in silence, feeling unseen, unappreciated, like your life was passing by while everyone else seemed to be moving forward. And in those moments, you asked, "Me, God, do you even see me?" Listen closely, my chosen one. I saw you long before the first struggle ever touched your life. I knew every tear you would shed. I knew every heartbreak, every rejection, every moment you would feel alone. And I chose you anyway, not despite your trials, but because of them. Your struggles were never random. They were the backdrop I painted for the unveiling of the one I created you to be. You were chosen before the world ever tried to define you. Before circumstances whispered lies into your spirit. Before voices tried to convince you that you were ordinary or unworthy. I set my hand on you first, long before life tested your faith. Before fire tried to shape you, before opposition even realized it could not overcome you. Do you see now? The very challenges that made you feel small, unimportant, and unseen were not signs that you were rejected by me. They were confirmations that your selection was deliberate and your preparation was intentional. Every trial, every moment of doubt, every delay, they were tools I used to make you ready for the calling that only you could fulfill. You were chosen before your struggles began. That means even in your weakest moments, your identity remains untouched. Even when the world tried to diminish you, your purpose could not be erased. Even when voices told you to give up, your destiny was already written, and it could not be rewritten by anyone or anything. You may feel like life has been unfair, like the burden is too heavy, like the fight is endless. And I will not lie to you, the road has been hard. But the difficulty is proof that you were designed to carry greatness. You were chosen to rise above the ordinary, to walk paths that others cannot walk, to speak words that will ignite hope in hearts long discouraged. Do not let the past convince you that you are late, unprepared, or forgotten. You were chosen before the first struggle. You were chosen before the fire. You were chosen before anyone else even noticed your potential. And now, my chosen one, it is time to step into the fullness of what I have prepared for you. A life that cannot be diminished, a destiny that cannot be stolen, a purpose that is eternally yours. Rise, my chosen one. Stand tall, walk forward with the confidence that comes from being handpicked, long before your story even began, to change everything around you. The world may have tested you, but I have chosen you. And that choice cannot be undone. You have felt it, haven't you? The weight of every word spoken against you. The whispers of doubt that followed you like shadows. The times people laughed at your dreams, criticized your efforts, or dismissed your vision as impossible. You carried their disbelief in your heart like chains. Every insult, every betrayal, every moment when it seemed like your voice would never matter, you have felt it. And in the quiet of your soul, you wondered if you would ever rise. Hear me now, my chosen one. Your breakthrough is coming, and when it comes, it will be louder than every voice that tried to silence you. Every criticism that cut you, every hand that pushed you down, every closed door that felt like the end of your story, all of it will be overshadowed by the power, the glory, the unmistakable declaration of what I have been preparing in secret for you. I know the nights you cried alone, the nights when fear whispered that you would never succeed, the days when nothing seemed to move in your favor, and even hope felt distant. But every trial, every moment of struggle, every moment that tried to convince you to give up, all of it was building the stage for your victory. All of it was lining up the timing of your breakthrough, preparing it to arrive with impact so strong, it cannot be ignored. Your enemies thought they could define you. They tried to silence your spirit, to dim your light, to convince you that your calling was too small. But I planted something in you that cannot be silenced. I placed a fire in your heart that grows stronger with every opposition, every delay, every rejection. The very things they used to try to hold you down are the things that will fuel your rise. When your breakthrough comes, it will not be subtle. It will not be quiet. It will shake the walls of disbelief around you. It will turn heads and leave people speechless. Every voice that ever doubted you will be forced to witness the power that has been growing silently in your life. They will see that what they tried to stop was never theirs to stop. It was always yours, chosen before the struggle, prepared before the fight, destined before the opposition ever existed. Do not grow weary while you wait. Do not let the noise of the world convince you that your time has passed. Every step you have taken, every tear you have shed, every moment you have stood when you wanted to fall, all of it has been positioning you for a victory so profound that it will declare to the world who I made you to be. So hold your head high, my chosen one. Keep walking with faith even when the path is hard, because soon your breakthrough will come. And when it does, it will be louder than every voice that tried to silence you. It will be undeniable. It will be unstoppable. And it will declare to all, your destiny was never in doubt, and your victory was always assured. You are starting to see it now, aren't you? That your pain was never random. That the tears you thought were wasted were actually watering something deep inside your spirit. You are beginning to feel it, the quiet realization that nothing you endured was outside of purpose. Not the rejection, not the loneliness, not the nights you felt forgotten while everyone else seemed to move forward. Listen to me, my beloved one. Your pain had purpose. It was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you. I was shaping something inside you that comfort could never create. I was strengthening parts of your spirit that only pressure could awaken, because I knew the life I was calling you into would require more than happiness. It would require endurance, authority, spiritual depth that cannot be shaken by emotional storms. Every moment you thought you were losing was actually a moment I was protecting you from something you could not yet see. There were dangers you never knew about, relationships that would have drained your spirit beyond repair, opportunities that looked good but carried hidden wounds for your future. I closed doors you were begging to open because I was guarding your destiny, even when you thought I was silent. You are beginning to understand now. I was working in the background of your life. In conversations you never heard, in paths you never walked, in moments when things fell apart suddenly, because I was removing what could not walk with you into your next season. Unseen protection has surrounded you more times than you can count. You survived things you were never supposed to survive by your own strength alone. That is not coincidence. That is destiny preservation. Feel the fire growing inside you now. That is destiny activation beginning. You are not just surviving anymore. You are transitioning from survivor to builder, from wounded to warrior, from waiting to walking into what I have prepared. Your story is becoming power. Your scars are becoming authority. Your testimony is becoming something that will give strength to others who feel like giving up. I allowed the pressure because I was building spiritual muscle inside your soul. I allowed the struggle because I was teaching you how to stand when life gets louder than faith. I allowed the pain because I was preparing you to carry blessings that require emotional and spiritual maturity. And now something is changing. You can feel it, can't you? The shift in your spirit, the quiet certainty replacing your fear, the hope rising stronger than your past. Your destiny is not waiting somewhere far away. It is activating inside you right now. And what I have placed inside you will soon break through every barrier that once tried to hold you back. You were not broken. You were being prepared. and your moment is coming. Stand up now, my chosen one. Breathe deeply. Feel the strength returning to your spirit. Everything you survived was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you into something unstoppable in purpose and unshakable in faith. You are not walking alone. Not now, not ever. I was with you in the fire. I was with you in the silence. I was with you in every tear you thought I ignored. I never left. Not for a single moment. Your story is not ending in defeat, it is rising in victory. The darkness that tried to surround you is already losing its grip, because the light I placed inside you is stronger than any opposition against you. Walk forward with courage. Speak with confidence. Live like someone who knows their destiny cannot be stolen. Your future is bright, powerful, and divinely written. Rise now. Your victory is already beginning.